and the great planar war that shook the heavens, there was an age of contradiction, where cannons won kingdoms and muskets kept the peace. A brave few won the hearts of conquered and conquerors alike. Of these who speak of the decline of the great kingdoms and cultures under the heel of empire. Of those we speak of gladiators and the untold thousands that worshipped them.
Of this, an age of glory.
Where kings would be slaves and a gladiator would be king.
Greetings and welcome to Die Dragon Die presents the Dread and Circus Campaign Season 3, Episode 7. I'm your DM and host, Marty, joined by Adam, Mark, and Ahmed. Let me unmute the mics and get Mark's face into the action here and restart this widget. There we go. Widget is restarted. Alright, how's everyone doing?
That's nice.
I just finished a 12-hour shift.
Awesome. So we're gonna have a puzzle night, Mark.
To not do that.
We're gonna have a puzzle night. Remember the song gate?
Oh, yes.
I make fun of you. You're heading towards a crypt that got sealed up by the Imperium, so chances just minimize everything. God damn it.
Tell by all your forward lighting from your screen all went away.
Yep.
That healthy, sickly, greenish blue color.
I see my ghoulish appearance.
So chances are you need a writ from the Duke himself to get in there.
Well, these are lands that are not controlled by the Duke. The city of Tebron is its own protectorate, but it is not one that.
Because on the map it doesn't show. Take a left at the chaotic butthole in the ground.
Yeah, you guys are in the hinterlands between Tebron and the failed nation of
I believe we're now
Terrasley.
calling that the beehole of the Otra. That's what that location is.
Are you making reference to last game? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Okay.
That little spot there. You know that it's that pinkish chocolate starfish looking spot is the beehole of the Otra.
Got it. I think they're making reference to the thing that I called the spoor maw of Dismas.
Looks like a beehole to me.
Do we want to do a recap, or do you want to tell everyone how you been? How you doing?
How we doing? I am tired and am looking forward to next week, specifically post Wednesday, when I got a few days off to do other things. So.
You didn't want to come see me?
There's stuff. But I finished up Dark Souls 3 and was like, this wasn't as good as Bloodborne. So I reinstalled Bloodborne and I'm running around cutting up vampires and werewolves and shit with an axe, and it's like, yay!
Ping me and we'll play together.
Bloodborne's awesome. I'm waiting for Bloodborne 2. Bloodborne 2 looks amazing.
Yeah.
Ahmed, how you doing?
I'm good.
Yep. How are the kids?
On my ass. But they're good. They're good. No, they have next week off.
Oh.
Which means you don't have next week off.
So they're like, the energy has been going crazy since Friday, so Yeah, we're good. I'm great.
There's this resigned lie. And Mark, I know it's been 12-hour shift, but how was your week? Or is this like your Friday?
Mark.
Oh, March break.
Yeah, they're on March break. Mark's I think still delayed.
We're having issues with Mark's audio.
Yeah.
It doesn't want to stay synchronized with his face hole.
His wife needs to stop streaming the, the Orange is the New Black or whatever the fuck people watch. Whatever wives watch these days.
I can call Mark again.
Yeah.
No, this is. I'm in the middle. I work 3 days and I'm off for a day. What? Yeah.
Oh man, Mark is so delayed. Okay,
Yeah,
hold on, dude.
I'm gonna reboot my computer.
Reboot.
I have a feeling that his system resources are at 100% utilization.
Right, something's
The only
downloading.
way I can
I'm gonna reboot my computer.
Okay.
Or maybe your modem. Or restart your modem too.
Check your IP address.
Flush them tubes. Okay, great. Why don't we do a recap of what happened last game? Last game was called the Day of Dismay. Zita, Evander, Callie, Renee, Cade, Grizak, Nibbles, and Radimer travel with phantom steeds in the direction of the Crypt of the Iron Medusa. I'm getting a message from Mark.
just swearing quietly.
Yeah,
I'm gonna have
rebooting.
to mute while I look at this.
En route, they are attacked by an abomination, part aberrant roper, part treant. They track the thing to the druid settlement of Mosshenge and discover that it had been attacked and razed some time ago. Nearby, they make a horrible discovery. That an evil has oozed into the world through cracks and bends in the very fabric of the plains. And we'll call that the Spore Maw of Dismas, or whatever you guys nicknamed it.
The whole of the ocean.
Got it. Yeah, it was bad, and it sent the group running as magic around this horrible pit in which a monster lived seemed to also not play by normal rules. I believe Zita led her group north away from the Spore Maw towards their destination of the Crypt of the Iron Medusa with her knowledge of geography and with Grizak's knowledge of survival. They were easily able to make it into the vicinity of where the crypt was located. And I'm going to expose a map and move all of your tokens to that map. First, I'm going to save the world map, and I'm going to switch to the campaign in map tools that we've been calling Search for Zira. Okay, so there is the Spore Maw. Horrible, horrible creature that came out of the Spore Maw and was flinging little nodes of or little explosions of wild magic at you.
Yeah.
And it sent the rest of you running. You guys were lucky that your horses did not get dispelled or turned against you or
whatever.
Right.
Or we were petrified or sent to another plane or just made purple.
Yep. I think the worst thing happened was a few of your spells didn't work, and Evander's horse is greased at the moment. He's having a hard time staying on. But you do ride away at least a mile away from this place, if not more. I think I had asked the question, how far away do you go before trying spells again?
And we went for a mile, so we actually have no idea.
Okay.
We know it's less than a mile radius, and Ahmed is muted.
It wasn't that we stopped at a mile to test our spells. It's we stopped at a mile to get away from that fucking thing.
Okay. You pause for a moment, and you're approximately a mile away. Evander's, like, the grease spell wore off.
That was pretty fucked up, huh?
That is that thing is a problem, but
It's a walking butthole.
That's pretty funny. Callie's like, oh, that thing's wrong. How do we defeat something like that?
carefully, not using magic.
I'm not even certain what exactly it is.
Told him it was a fucking walking butthole.
Whatever it is, it's aberrant in nature.
Goes to Kelly.
It's probably huge ass's butthole.
You're so funny, Grizak, says Kelly.
I do not agree with the humor.
Oh, I got one of the trees. Yes.
Well, at least we all live. That's the important part.
Yes, nibbles cover your retreat, yes.
Yeah, next time run with us, you asshole.
If we are following with the metaphor, at least the butthole's tapeworm bleeds.
Oh, it's probably eat something spicy. I know that what you like.
It requires further study.
Probably. Additionally, it is important that we know this place exists.
Yes, we should mark it on our maps and give it a wide berth for now, says Zita. I don't think there's anything that we can do, especially with it messing up our magic.
You could use it to send some people there.
What do you mean?
If you're being
Dwarf?
chased by wizards, perhaps
There you go, pretty boy. That's how you do it.
Imperial mage. This is a place that would certainly shock them.
Yeah, think about it. Hey, mage, eat my butthole. And he's in for a lot of shit.
Yes, you would have to lure them in, but not cast spells yourself. Risky.
If you're being chased by Imperial mage, it is a time for risk.
I wonder if they know such a thing is out here.
Can you hear me now?
Probably.
Your lips move and your face moves, and it's the sound comes out at about the same time. So yes.
Yep.
Pretty powers make a noise. I like it.
You stopped about a mile away from the
Yeah, I had to reboot.
from the maw, and you're discussing what the fuck it was.
I say we just don't talk about it and keep going. I ain't got nothing else to do about it, so fuck it.
Is that how you've gotten through your long life? Says Evander.
Yep. Doing just fine, thank you very much.
That would explain your long range of accomplishments.
You have no idea how long I am. That was a joke about never mind.
Kelly's
Over
looking.
there. Up that way, no over there.
Okay, you travel for the rest of the day after taking these diversions. It is getting late in the day, but you reach the vicinity of the Crypt of the Iron Medusa, and I'm going to expose a map.
So I'm not certain if this is letting the mask slip at all. Pretty certain you said it on the stream of like, you sent the right people to the right crypts. And if the other crypt had a fucking shadow swarm, I don't know what the fuck this crypt has.
I don't know, man.
I don't know, man.
See you guys later.
There's gonna be a
Fuck out of here.
friggin' mummy swarm.
Damn.
They're all just climbing over each other.
Everybody save versus mummy rod.
Oh, this is bad.
I don't know if we have a synchronized mark.
No. He's synchronized for the first about 10 seconds of the call. And then it's best just not to look at his face and listen for his voice. That's just because it just
Yeah.
confuses you. Also, his comments are about 15-20 seconds after when they should go with the conversation. You have to rewind back in your mind what was being said to put him in context.
All right, so I'm going to rename this map the Spore
It might be your router or modem.
Know your IP address. Mark just got serious. Left stage.
Okay, so I'm going to a place called Necropolis.
Unless we're in Fallout, Necropolis is always bad.
Yeah, what now? What'd you say?
And now if you're in Fallout, the term Necropolis has been used so many times to mean, no, it's actually a nice place, that you just go by default, it's a nice place. It's like meeting a drow. Well, the drow has to be nice if it's in the novel.
2 scimitars, lemon drive, beautiful.
Okay, nestled in some hills in the remote wilderness. It's a surprising building. It consists of a 20-foot stone wall that is punctured wherever it says A on the map. A very large Medusa, like an Iron Medusa, sort of gargoyle guardian head. The Medusa gargoyle guardian heads look like this.
Oh, fuck me.
Oh, no.
Oh, fuck, what is that? Oh, shit, they're everywhere.
They're about... How big are they? About 10 feet in diameter. There are some like thin stoned towers kind of at the edges where the walls meet and change direction. And there are a number of buildings whose peaks can be seen popping up above
Okay, sorry, Marty. I'm
above
a
the
little
towers.
confused. So Necropolis, is this next to the Crypt of the Medusa, or is this the Crypt of the Medusa?
This is the site Zira says that is also known as the Crypt of the Iron Medusa, and she explained last game that the reason why it was called Iron Medusa is that the symbol of the Adellan family clan was a Medusa head. And they have several families that that branch off of the clan that had different shaped Medusa heads on their heraldry. The Medusa is an old type of creature, and this family came from off-world long ago. This is the family that tried to declare themselves kings. They tried to establish a kingdom in their family name in this area after the Shadow War, or during that whole conflict, and the Imperium came down hard on them. And gathered up not only the dead members, but also living, and locked them into this place. I'm not you guys are sort of approaching the front. I don't have your tokens there because there's actually other maps and things down below. Okay. This large area is 1 square equals 50 feet. The thing is huge. It is like a
square is 50 feet.
Yep.
So this it's 2 to 1 based off of our scale.
50 feet. So this thing is
Huge.
It is a palace.
Oh, fuck me, look at that.
It is a little ostentatious.
That's not little, it's big.
The Imperials don't do anything small.
They're compensating.
Precisely.
Oh, he agreed with me.
They also thought that if these Imperials thought that they could craft a kingdom here, perhaps they thought themselves rightful rulers of Tarak.
I know. This thing is
How long would we have to fix this shit?
Play football in this. Multiple games.
football. Yeah, you can have multiple stadiums in this thing. It's huge.
It's huge. All right.
Alright, so what are we looking for here? Where's the door?
Sorry, Marty. Is that a wall, an outer wall? And
It's
then
an outer
inside is
wall.
grounds?
Inside, there are probably grounds. It is open to the air.
Oh, it's open to the air. Okay.
Yep.
Sorry. For a in my brain, I'm like, this
No,
is
you
really
you
big
you
for-
you can you can see buildings and their roofs sticking up above the wall. The wall's only 20 feet tall. Only.
Is there a gate or a door?
There looks like there might be a gate near the. Actually, no, there is no gate or door that you see from your side.
Looks like they finished this thing. I recommend taking a look around.
Okay, it is situated in some hills, but your horses are fast and they're pretty good at maneuvering. It will say that you do in about 15 minutes a full circle around the building, and when you get to this part, you realize that there is no entrance in. If the entrance, if there was an entrance, somebody has sealed it up long ago. You do notice a few things. Give me a perception check as you're doing a circle around the massive fortification.
Okay.
This city of the dead, if you will. Which
Is it possible to detect magic as we're running along, or?
Yes. So you're going to start detecting magic? Sure. Give me the
Yeah.
perception checks first. I'm looking for something really high.
Okay. And it's not. Does traps or stone cutting affect this?
I'll let it. It's fine enough work. But...
34. I took 10 apparently. Okay, and
Wow, Grizak is a good spotter.
And then I'm gonna check Zita's because I think Zita wanted the protection from dazzle item.
Yep.
I don't know.
Yeah, I think she wanted the...
Yeah, so I'll roll it like she had it. 37 from Zita, who also has like really high knowledge engineering.
Okay, so Zita...
Savander.
We'll say that you're on this side when you started detecting magic, and you're about 60 feet away to detect magic. The entire wall, as well as the air above this area, like there's a gigantic field, is radiating a strong... Is it conjuration?
You just pull up the friggin' spellcraft. Uh-oh, 23.
Spellcraft? Give me a second. Can you roll Vander? 19?
Did Evander see it?
Oh, the detect yeah. So this is not the detect. Everyone can see the detect magic. It is such a massive field that is encompassing the entire place. I'm just looking for the type of magic. I believe it's conjuration.
Give me a second. Vander is this. 36.
Yeah. Sorry, I thought it was coupled.
That's cool. And Grizak's 33.
Fucking Grizak age.
Oh, it is also something else.
I like dumping some post-workout all over your face because you can't fucking hit the hole. I have a drinking problem.
I opened my mouth.
There are 3 interwoven magics about this place. It's strong conjuration, strong transmutation, and strong illusion. It covers the walls. It's coming. It's so strong that it's like coming out like from the walls about a foot, and it is encompassing the entire space like a weird dome.
Transmutation, conjuration, illusion.
Yep.
Yep.
And then what were your spellcraft checks?
Evander had a 36. Grizak had a 33.
Well,
23.
isn't that wonderful? Says Evander.
Oh, there's so much going on here. Is this the crypt? 'Cause fuck.
I'm seeing something similar that we saw at the other places. It's sort of mixed in. I would place a very heavy bet that, and his hair flicks for dramatic effect. It blows in the wind like he's on the cover of a modern romance novel. Right. I would bet that there is a hedge staff in there, and that magic of the hedge staff is woven into what we're seeing here.
Or teleports and shit like that are fucked.
I'm not sure any of us want to try to go through that barrier without further understanding it.
I believe that would the hedge staff not be a abjurative effect?
Yes. I saw a glimmer that looked similar. I'm not sure, is what he says.
I don't know.
I wanna
Arcane
test-
Walk is just feels
I wanna-
abjurative to me.
Mm-hmm.
Well, there's illusions in there.
Grizak's willing to disbelieve.
Okay.
Where'd everyone go? Shit.
Would be interesting if it is truly a prison of the mind.
So you want a will save?
I do want a will save. You are disbelieving what?
Fucking everything in front of me. It looks different. It's all over the place, so the walls must look different.
Something's wrong.
Okay. You saw illusion magic, so you're saying, this is suspicious.
Spell like ability is
Will save.
Will save. All right.
No. 27.
Wow. Grizak stares at it for a long time, and you begin to see that. Yeah, there was something suspicious about the stonework. It's like someone was trying to present this place as it was the day after it completed its construction. Mind you, it would probably take many years to build something like this.
So it's wrapped in like illusory walls.
The walls are real, but they're much older, and you can see that they're covered in vines.
This place isn't as pretty as it used to be.
Creeping vines, some of the spire tops along the walls and the kind of corner towers are missing some of their spikes. The place shows signs of aging, but the wall, at least the part that you're staring at from your vantage point, is intact. But you do see that the vines. It would probably be really easy to climb now that you know that the vines are there. Otherwise, it was pretty straight and pretty.
Is it like a 20-foot wall? Or?
It is a 20-foot wall, and these things are jutting out maybe about 10 feet above. They don't quite look like proper defensive towers, more ornate than anything else.
Okay. Does it look like they're like parapet at the wall, or
No.
just flat?
It's flat. If there was any sort of defensive, it did not look like they intended to use this as a fortification. This looked like we're going to honor the dead.
Look, these illusions are here. There's an illusion here. It's making the walls look pretty.
And then Zira, with her amazing perception, Zita, notices at one of the, so wherever it's marked A, Mark, you missed it, there's a 10-foot bronze kind of Medusa head. Each of them look a little bit different, like they have a little bit of personality to them. But upon further inspection, you realize that inside of the mouth of the three-dimensional kind of Medusa gargoyle-like head, which are the symbols of the Adellan family clan, there appears to be a keyhole. And if we zoom really far into the picture, you can see a dark-ish keyhole looking like a space. The keyhole would be like wand or... Now that my camera's all fucked. The keyhole would be like wand size or rod sized.
All right. We're on the necropolis map.
Yep.
I cannot load the map for some reason. I'm at 13 of 14
Give it a sec.
Give it a sec.
loaded. Oh, there we go.
Yep.
That took forever. Okay.
But right now your face is synced with your mouth, so
That's the important thing.
if nothing else, I mean,
This
can
place
follow
is
the
massive. These are 50-foot squares, and the entire place is wrapped in magic, transmutation, illusion, and conjuration.
will to disbelieve the wall.
A will to disbelieve the wall showed it at its true age, and showed that vines have crept all the way up it, and it's probably really easy to climb.
Been told that it's a fake, so I think we get a +4 on this. 30. Renee sees through it.
Yep.
Radimer.
Fuck me.
Radimer.
Oh, Zita, why is your use magic device so low? Next level, we'll fix that.
35 from Radimer. Yes.
Yeah,
let's
Radimer.
see. Are you saying there is a keyed hole there in the Medusa face?
Yes.
Do you want we try to open it?
That would be helpful. Yes, if you could.
All right. I guess we are on the map.
Or just
Gonna try something here, Renee. 'Cause we don't know what we don't know if it's trapped, right? I assume it's trapped.
The only way to find out is to take a look. No.
No, not really. Hold on a goddamn second here, pretty boy.
call the ghoul pretty boy.
Hey, it's be the charismatic. I mean, like 19 charisma or something.
Like that.
Oh, the bitter to eat you with.
Yeah, Grizzak's gonna summon an eagle, and he's gonna have it try to like poke around, like go fly near, like land near the on top of the statue of the Medusa, poke at it, and then try to fly over, like try to fly over, land, and come back up.
Okay, so you're summoning an eagle. All right.
Yeah, it's a little eagle.
Are we currently within the radius of what we think the hedge staff is?
You can't see any abjuration. No.
There's no abjuration. Hmm. Very cool. It might be that illusion.
Well, a lot of you seen through the illusion. Even without the illusion. Well, I guess you don't have detect magic up, so... Alright, Grizzak, you're summoning a eagle. What level summon is this?
First.
Okay, so an eagle appears kind of next to you.
Woohoo! No wild magic check.
It's an ugly eagle.
Why don't you go look for that Medusa statue over there? Peck it a couple of times and fly over the wall, land, and come back up. Go for it, boy. Come on.
Okay, the eagle flies towards the Medusa thing and lands on top of it.
Alright, now go over the wall, land, screw around, and come back up.
Okay, it flies in a circle and flies over the wall.
I don't hear a boom,
Nope.
or a zap, or peacock, or anything like that.
If you back up a little bit, you can see it lands for a moment on top of the on top of one of the buildings.
Looks safe enough.
You notice it had a hard time landing, like it was trying to land on a
illusion.
there was kind of like a prong sort of it could have been a lightning rod or something like that, but it was partially
It's looking
gone,
for the
and it
food.
was trying to find it, and eventually found something that was real and landed on it, and then you call it back and it flies back to you.
Still look alive. All right, now fuck off home.
Okay, Renee will pray to
Weejass.
I was like, it's not huge ass. It's not huge ass. It's not huge ass. It was going through my brain.
Obadiah, huge ass. Oh, a lot of people here.
Basically cast guidance on oneself.
Okay.
And
So 10 foot diameter thing. This thing is kind of up near the top, so you've got to reach up.
Stand on your horse.
5, like 13 feet up is where the mouth is.
well, currently I'm sitting on a horse,
Yep.
so I think it's just the square, like my threatened square.
Right. You are in the same square as. Yes. Yeah. You can reach up from your horse
Yeah.
to do this. So what do you?
First, we'll look at it to see if it's going to bite me or explode,
Okay.
stab me, or
Isaac's moving back.
you know.
On here, we call this self-preservation.
36. Search for traps.
Yes. So taking a closer look, directly related to the to where some sort of like key like baton fits in. There are 2 effects with a 36. You know that one effect happens if you trigger it properly, and another one happens if you don't.
So this thing here, it definitely does a thing.
One would imagine.
It does a thing whether you do it right or you do it wrong.
I think Rennie's lost his marbles. Make some sense there, buddy. What are you saying?
Can you open it or activate it?
Yeah,
properly?
that's why she's the leader.
Give me a moment. I will give it a try.
Yeah, you look in, you can see these little tiny spaces, almost like it's expecting, like if you had a baton with different flat metal pieces on it, and those flat metal pieces line up to little flat metal pieces inside, almost kind of like a key, but you can see that there are magic runes etched on several of the flat metal pieces on inside. It's almost like you're trying to match up pieces. You're pretty sure with a use magic device that you could get this thing to think that a stick or your tools are.
Hey, Rennie. What happens if you screw it up?
A thing? Nothing.
The secondary thing.
A
happens.
spell of some sort or something.
God damn it.
Can we detect magic on the Medusa head and see what level?
Does
the magic
anybody is anybody good at pretending to do magic?
Yeah, Grizak, you can go up and detect magic. You have to get pretty close with how close.
I've had some practice at it.
Both of you seen through the illusion,
Yeah.
and Renee's seen through it. Okay, if Renee backs up a little bit, you can have a look at the magic that is coming out of the keyhole.
You might want to take your horse with you.
Or you wanna sense motive? You wanna
Spellcraft.
There you go. My brain words.
I will spellcraft. I can spellcraft very well.
Okay. The stronger of the 2 effects first.
Okay.
34.
Oh, I don't do it that as well as I thought, but still. I got a 32.
I had a 34.
Okay. You both nod and agree. that if Renee triggers the trap without doing this successfully, a transmutation effect called Flesh to Stone will affect people that are standing.
Favorite one being
Yeah.
undead. That's like the one thing that actually fucking works is a fort save. That disintegrate.
Well, that's fitting. Being a Medusa and all. That'll turn you to stone there, pretty boy.
And you do see that deeper within, there is a second transmutation effect, just slightly weaker. That would require a different, a different check. Yeah. Both of you are pretty good at these things, though.
And you jinxed me, Marty.
That one, baby.
Okay, well, Grizak doesn't see the second one.
28.
It's 15 plus double spell level to see. Yeah, you're not too sure either. It's kind of like way back there, and the trap is making it difficult. No, this is a spellcraft. They're both transmutation, or they're both about the same aura. You're both having a hard time figuring out what the second thing is. Renee knows that the second thing is purposeful.
Could be a pass wall or something like that. I don't know.
It's a good guess, but it's exactly what it is at this point. It's a guess.
Okay, well,
If the mechanism works properly with the proper key, that's the effect that happens, and that's the one that you don't know.
I may be able to fool the device into thinking it's got the proper key.
What happens if we fool it poorly?
You turn to a statue.
Perhaps.
I mean, perhaps you saw her right there. Look, you see that little dust there?
Yes, I'm aware, but magic is never a guarantee. Besides,
Is there anything that we think would stop us from just climbing over?
Well, the bird was able to do it.
we could climb. I don't see any. I'm assuming see any magic on the vines or along the wall.
Well, it's just a massive field of magic. There's still the conjuration as well as the transmutation. That is strong, also making it hard for you to see a lesser magic inside the mouth of the Medusa.
There's so much magic, it's hard to say.
Nothing happened when the eagle
Flesh to Stone
flew over.
is fort save,
Correct.
right?
Yep.
Wait, it didn't. I told it to land. Did it land?
Yeah. it
Like
landed.
land on the ground?
It wasn't
Did
able to
try landing
trigger.
on the
It doesn't
ground or not?
trigger it just by like sitting on it. Otherwise, it would have gone off by now.
It did not land on the
Right,
ground.
shit.
It landed on the building.
Yeah, well, you know what? Being our leader and all, there's only one thing I can do.
I was gonna cast Bear's Endurance on you. Say, good luck. He's back up.
Who you cast it on?
Zita, yeah.
Okay.
She's gonna trick it, right?
You're the
Zeta's-
best.
Your magic works as expected.
Why
God damn it.
why are you rolling dice like that? That's not fun.
Well, what's important is he didn't actually look down. He just rolled the dice and kept staring at the camera. I gotta stare at his eyes.
The whole of the north in one big giant wild magic zone.
Oh,
Enjoy your
that
fun.
would suck, wouldn't it?
Over time, like the penalty for not clearing this up within a season or two is it just grows. How many
Yeah.
hexes does the wild magic zone
Yeah,
cover?
yeah. That's
Yeah,
where
no, but
Dave-
Grizak cast his spell next to Zita, who is standing right next to the wall and kind of in the field of the magic. So
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Renee's going to cast a guidance on Zita.
then he moved back.
Thank you.
The blessing of Ouijas.
Is there any way that her overprotective brother can can help.
Yeah, so I'm looking at.
Does he have dispel magic?
No, I don't know. I'm gonna check to see which hexes he has.
You know what I
Can you do the roll twice one?
For myself, I think.
Is
Yes.
greater here with no.
No. She's gonna cast here. She have heroism. She does have heroism. Let me just double check something. That is heroism is a morale bonus. What is inspire competence?
I believe it. Inspire competence is
Yeah.
a competence bonus.
All right, so I'm gonna cast heroism on myself.
And then you do the I am so smart.
Okay, yeah, you don't want him hexing you because misfortune sucks.
So the competence bonus overruns the. Actually, give me a second. I think guidance is also competence.
This is the same day, keep in mind, as the day where you went to the
Yeah.
went to the maw. You did get to sleep and prepare your spells between the fight with the Roper treant.
Oh my god.
So is it a competence? Adam?
Yeah, it's a competence, so it doesn't stack.
So it doesn't stack. All right, so 20, and I am at. I have ling. Doesn't even matter because it's as a move right now. Just double checking what my. So +4. Excellent.
Okay, Evander just moves closer.
Okay, that is.
Wish me luck.
Give me a second. One
Careful,
second.
sister.
Okay.
1 second. Ah, it's a cleric spell. Radimer does not have a dispel magic prepared because he's got a dispelling touch, but he can't touch a ray spell.
I have a dispel magic greater already.
Don't die.
Well, would that work? Hold on. Spell. Give me check. Grizak can get into range to try to dispel that.
Well, move your tokens to where you want them to be before Zita tries
It's
this.
200-foot range. It's 200-foot range, so
You know what? Renee's going to be closer than that.
4 squares.
Renee's going to be closer with his bow out just in case it like opens a door and the big oogie doogie is on the other side.
So this is, I think this is 150 feet. We're 150 feet now.
Yeah, if they're 50-foot squares, yeah, I guess
There.
so.
I think
So,
we're pretending we're within.
Sorry?
Like I'm not 100 feet away. Marty, could for this like little chunk, if like.
Oh
forward
yeah,
position,
yeah.
that's in-
If we're 5 foot
Yeah,
squares,
these
that's
are
fine.
5-foot squares. This
That's
is
fine.
not like
Okay.
Radimer's 400 feet away. Get
How's
over
it going over there?
What do you see? All right, are we ready?
So the greater dispel magic, can be used to dispel. Okay.
Good.
Use it in one of the 3 ways target counter spell. Okay, good. All right,
Okie doke.
let's do it.
All right, let's do this. 37.
All right. As you begin to, I guess you're using a stick or a burned out wand or some tool that you have. You're kind of like placing little magical etchings along the stick and pushing it in, and you manage to trick it. A bunch of green light comes out of the mouth of the Medusa and wrapping the stick as well as its eyes, and there is a green kind of like flash. Are you trying to resist the magic?
No.
Okay. Zita disappears.
Oh.
Male.
Didn't see that coming. Hey, Zita!
It's just her phantom steed that is still there. all of her equipment. For a brief moment, it looks like she was gone completely. You can make spellcraft checks.
Okay. Look.
Where'd she go? Says Callie.
We're just going to rely on Mira to describe the situation.
Zita's been transported to the statue room.
31.
You should have wanted to negate that one. 33 from Radimer. Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Who knows a thing or two about spells?
She's
25.
Huh.
Who got the 33?
Radimer. Wee Jarson's in the house.
And the 31?
It's alright. She's alive.
I got Grizak got 31.
The 37?
37 was the use magic device.
Oh, got it. Okay. The 25, you saw it being cast, so that's fine. 15 plus double spell level. 24 doesn't get it, though.
So 25 gets it?
25 gets it. 25, she and perhaps, you did see the flash kind of panned out around her. If you were standing really close to Zita, you might have also gone.
Yep.
But she was teleported, and it seemed to be really grounded. Like there was light that visibly went into the mouth of the Medusa, and then kind of like got shot down the gullet of the back of the head, like as she got swallowed.
Merde. She got the... What happened to her? Evander missed the spellcraft check?
Yep. What the fuck? Where'd she go?
She's alive, wavy hair. Teleported. That's what that thing does.
Should have been touching.
Well, apparently, now we know.
So the Phantom Steed it's not material for us?
I don't think so. Yeah, or it just didn't seem interested in the Phantom Steed. Let me look at Phantom Steed.
Well, I want to know if we have to kill her horse to get it out of the fucking way. Because we can't stand on the pony. If we can't mount the pony, it's not...
I might as well dismiss it.
Get out of the way, pony!
You dismiss all the horses then, I think.
Alright, get off your horses. 3, 2...
Wait for at least to know if the pony's gone.
Alright, so everyone's getting off their horses.
He dismisses it too.
Aw, I like my horse. It looked like exactly like the other ones, but...
It's okay, I'll bring the exact same one back for you.
Where did she go? Give it back!
She teleported.
At this point in time, Evander's kind of panicking. He's casting Fly on himself.
Hey, Flyboy, wait. Like I was saying, she teleported. She should be fine.
Zita!
How the fuck did she teleport?
Yeah, he's flying up and he flies over the... did he see through the illusion or not?
He hasn't rolled yet. Give me a second.
I think I did. I don't remember what he got.
Evander's will save is...
No, his will save, I didn't touch it.
His plus is shitty, so
Plus
1d20 plus 8 plus 4 for having other people tell him it's not real. 19.
Zita!
Careful. Don't want to explain to your sister why you got blown up.
He's just flying around looking for her, yelling for her.
Marty?
Grizak has shield on him, mage armor, sorry?
Radimer's really good at use magic device.
Yep.
Does Radimer think it would be good to join hands and see if we can go to where Zita went?
We could try. She did live behind the stick she was using. I'll need a boost.
Additionally, he could have his monkey do it, who has almost as good of a bonus and isn't him.
Monkey's not here.
Oh, because the monkey's got a plus 18.
The monkey
yeah.
ain't no joke.
Yep.
The monkey has
Wait,
skill focus, use
he
magic
ain't no
device.
joke.
Fireball.
He wants the undead monkey to use wands. Is effectively the.
Fireball.
I'll need a boost up. Evander, will someone get Evander back? Zita!
Commander, we're gonna go to Zita. Get back over here.
Renee is going to put Radimer on his shoulders.
Okay. We should gather
right,
around.
Yeah, and then I'll touch.
Grizak's going to ready a spell magic grader.
Okay.
You screw up, I'll try to save you.
Get closer here, Grizak. Get closer,
fucked
okay.
anyways.
Nibbles is pushing you into the, His negative level's gone by this point. Okay. Alright, let's have a look here. It appears that these are very simple sigils.
Let's see if he has anything to help him do a thing. Not likely.
Guidance? Is it personal?
No, guidance. Guidance? Well, guidance, I think, is all we have. Our bard went away.
Bard went away, indeed.
Could we aid him, potentially?
With use magic devices.
Okay, Renee has a good use magic device. Just not, like,
I
real
think
good.
Renee needs to be up there to see the thing. Right now, you're acting like a ladder.
Alright, Nibbles, give him a boost.
All right.
Hey, Kali,
Yeah, okay, I could do it. All right.
This is use magic. Okay, nobody has it.
So Callie is giving Renee a boost, and Nibbles is giving Radimer a boost, and Evander's flying and holding on to Radimer's shoulder.
Yeah, I think Evander has it. No, Evander does not have it. Okay, so first, the aid. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo-hoo. AIDS. +8.
Okay, use magic device does have that weird thing where things happen on ones.
On ones you can't use the device anymore, and then if it's a scroll
For a day, for wand, you can't use it for a day. If it's scroll, there's a mishap. There's
there's a big chunk of
one
rules,
in
there's
this
a wall of
case.
rules.
You set off the trap.
Yeah, don't set off the trap. All right, now the 1d20 plus 22, 29.
Nice. That's pretty fucking good. All right. How
And
many
this trap
people does
also
it? How many?
teleported Mark away.
Yep. Is Radimer resisting the teleport?
No.
Is Evander resisting? I guess the next person that's closest is Renee. Has got fingers and looking in. Is Renee resisting the teleport?
Hopefully we go someplace nice.
No.
No, he's going.
Oh, okay. The next two people are the people that are touching Radimer, who set off the trap.
Nibbles.
So Nibbles and Evander go in. That's 4.
Come on, Grizak. Oh God, we're running out of space. Oh God, we're gonna not have enough people. Who's left behind? You all left me alone out here. Why'd you guys leave me?
All right. So you guys disappear.
Grizak's leaving.
We're dying, no!
Now there's a green flash, and it leaves Callie all alone.
Nobody loves
I
you.
would punch you in the teeth so hard you wouldn't. Oh.
The order was Radimer, Renee, Evander, Nibbles, and Grizak.
What the fuck?
It's hilarious.
Grizak's
We didn't even heal friggin' Nibbles. Like,
No.
Wait, how much damage does he have?
14. He's got a scratch.
Hey, you'll be fine. Stop being a bitch.
Where should we be looking?
I'm gonna wait for Mark to reveal.
Oh, because he has a round of description.
There was at least a few actions there of you guys standing around.
Yeah.
3 or 4 rounds. I could look up a particular rule.
A particular rule.
101.
I am going to be back. I'm going to grab a thing because apparently some tea eggs and some fish balls are not enough to satiate the hunger that is mine.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, you eat fish balls.
Very carefully. They're not that substantial.
Poor fish.
Hey, I will answer the call of nature. In 2 seconds, you try to kill us very gently, please.
No, guys.
I'm coming back. Hold on.
I just realized I spoke as Grizak. That's weird.
Okay.
Guys, I gotta run to the pharmacy real quick. I'll be right back.
Okay.
They vanished without a trace.
We got
Exactly.
teleported.
All right. We might as well queue up an initiative list while we're waiting.
Oh, fuck. Can we move forward without Mark?
Yep.
Okay.
Outside the ninja event, we just started, so I don't know, Kenny. I don't know.
Hey, man.
I'm trying to put food in my face.
I know.
Put my food in my face. I put my food in my face.
No, that's just wrong.
No. Marco, vanish.
He's gone to the pharmacy. It's kind of hard to have flow when people are dropping off, so.
Start from row 10.
Hello, May.
We reached the tomb of the Iron Medusa.
The first thing we did at the Tomb of the Iron Medusa was split the party.
Yeah, we sent the weakest character in first, alone, and then we fucked around for a few rounds, like,
Wonder where she went.
maybe we'll find her alive, maybe we'll find a corpse, we'll see. What will the dice do to us?
Well, we definitely got Scooby-Dooed.
Yeah, I love that guy. It's awesome.
Well, it's one of those. It's crucial. Like the what do you do? Right.
Mm-hmm.
Even if it's a benign place. The what do you do for the 5 rounds or whatever, 8 rounds or 10 rounds?
Invisibility, act like a statue.
If you guys don't mind, I'm just going to roll a bunch of d20s for your initiatives.
Yup.
Cool. That's
Do it, I dare you, do it.
the ones are the monsters.
The first one was Monster, yep. 15, 3, 11, 18, 13, 1, 11.
Cleaning up the dungeon.
Cade is
Not there.
not here.
Or is he?
Damien's saying.
I don't want Cade to be there, because if Cade's there, he's on the other team. He's on Team Juju Monster.
So I think I know what Callie does. Or sorry, what Zita does.
Evade.
So Zita just waits. The next person that has a player perspective is Renee. So Renee, you get teleported immediately. For some reason, you're lying down, and it feels like there are a bunch of bones and old bodies beside you. And I'm going to illuminate just to the south the
Like, oh, this is comfortable.
the sarcophagus that you have been teleported into.
Do I feel the warmth that is Zita within the sarcophagus?
No, you are alone.
Hey, buddies.
There's a lot of space to move around. You could probably actually hunch in the sarcophagus, and there's at least, I don't know, half a dozen skeletal corpses in the sarcophagus.
Is Radimer in the sarcophagus?
Are you saying anything out loud? Oh yeah, you've got dark vision.
I got dark vision.
Nope, just a bunch of dead people. You notice that the most fleshy one it is probably years old, and you notice that it's still clutching at its own throat. It's a man in rusty armor.
We're gonna.
There are strange, like, little carvings of Medusas around the inside of the sarcophagus. A lot of scratch marks along the top of the stone roof, like people have tried to get out. Somebody, it looked like, tried to like draw a blade and then stop because they didn't have much room to swing it around. Give me a perception check. This might be difficult for Renee to discern, given that.
Well, see, what's nice about Renee is he doesn't have this, like, am I going to run out of air in this thing? It doesn't occur to him. Okay. 17.
Okay. No, you just don't notice what some of the others might. Let's go to Grizak. All right, so Grizak appears, says, "What the fuck? That's the last breath he has in his lungs, and when he tries to suck in, there is no air."
Okay.
You've been teleported prone inside of a sarcophagus, lying down. There are little skeletons that have been swayed off to the side. There's one corpse in there that looks like it may have been a wizard at one point. His own rotten filth have rotted away his robes. There might be some things inside here, but you're like, "Ugh!" And now you can't breathe. What are you doing?
Can I cast a spells? Depends if it requires.
Verbal requires breath.
Verbal requires breath. VSMDF. What are the walls made out of?
So you are kind of looking around. It looks like everything is made out of stone.
Okay, turn it earth elemental.
Okay. Give me a con check. And give me a second. If you had a chance to take breath and knew it was a problem, you would have had, what's your con?
18.
You would have had 36 rounds of just sitting there of breath. But what you did was you arrived and started talking. Give me a D36. So you went,
no!
No, this is actually how much breath he spent, not how much he has remaining.
Oh,
so,
Jesus.
yeah, okay. So he has breath points, right? So you actually went, "What the fuck?" And then you realize that something's wrong.
You did 2 breath damage to yourself.
Yep. And then you're able to turn into a stone, into a stone elm or earth elemental, and glide into the ground, or glide through the side. What are you trying to do?
The side.
Okay, so Grizak pops out on his round of arrival. And you're kind of still prone, but you are an earth elemental, and I will reveal the chamber.
Hold on, I'm reading what earth elementals do.
You don't not breathe until later.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember that. I'm like, wait, when do I get that shit? Well, Jake.
There is a massive octagonal-shaped room that you're in. It has a beautiful but horrific mosaic of a Medusa head in the center. Some of it does look like it's been cut with stone. There are a number of, looks like 12 other gigantic sarcophagi. To the north wall, there is a hallway, but the hallway seems to be dominated by this strange black stone that is hovering a few inches off the ground and only has a few inches of passage along each side. It is clearly a magical construct of some sort. And Grizak, as you were passing through the walls, you actually heard there was a slight noise coming from the little carvings of the Medusas on the inside of the throne. There were slight sucking noises, like a vacuum was being created inside of the sealed sarcophagi.
That was inside the sarcophagus, but there's air
Yeah,
outside.
but you kind of like, you come out and there is air outside.
Okay, now the sarcophagi, how do you open them?
They are very large stone lids that look like a tremendous amount of strength to open. Let's go to the two other characters, Evander and Giant Nibbles. The reason why Zita is just wandering around in her sarcophagus is that she's got a little bubble of air around her because of her powers, so she's kind of waiting. Let's go to the other characters. Nibbles. Let's calculate the number of air points that he has.
He's gonna plop through the freaking thing.
Well, he might.
Nibbles not very angry yet. Nibbles only have 18.
18. So give me a D36. This is how many air points he spent when he first arrived. So he's at 21.
Breathe in here,
yeah, yeah. He starts coughing and he's losing what little breath he has left in his lungs. So that's when he arrived, and he's prone in this little space. And then Evander. Evander's con.
Evander is going to try to. Well,
No, I need.
Evander's con is 14.
14. So he's got 28 breath points.
Okay.
D28. So he's got 18 out of 28. And then Radimer's con. Well, I think it's 12.
Oh, Radimer.
Somebody's going to look.
1D24.
Uh-oh.
Ooh, shit.
Radimer's con is 12.
I roll a 21.
Okay, he's got 3 breath points left. 21 out of 24. Okay. And then we're going to go round by round because this is important. So Evander basically got up. He realized he was in trouble. He's now looking around. He has no light, so he doesn't quite know where he is. He tried to call out for you guys, and that's probably how he wasted some of his breath points. He still has breath in his lungs, so he could cast a spell.
Does he have anything valuable here?
Let's see.
We're looking for things like disintegrate or air bubble. Or like if he's really hard up, like if the last breath point he has should be spent on like a teleport or a dimension door to see if
He's got a teleport and 2 dimension doors.
Does he have any more than 1 breath point left? If yes,
Yep.
he shouldn't cast those.
Yeah, he's trying to assess the situation. And he's in one of the sarcophagi. So we'll say that he did panic a little bit, and he burned two breath points this round. This is
will spirit walk.
Grizak did his thing. Renee doesn't feel like he's in trouble and doesn't realize that there's a vacuum in this place.
Yeah, Renee's going to try to open the lid. He's like, oh.
Okay, you're like standing and trying to stand up straight and push the lid up. The strength check on this is DC 25.
All right, so not possible without a spell running. Oh, a 19! God damn it!
Okay.
Damn it. That's
You're like,
24.
Grizak, you can hear cracking coming from the lid. It looks like these things may have been nailed. Like this is a death trap for the people that they sent to die here.
It's a weird sort of like, turn the key. I don't want to turn the key. Turn the key.
Grizak, give me a perception check.
Sure. 22 is that? Yeah, it is.
You hear the lid of this particular one cracking.
Okay.
You hear movement inside that sarcophagus.
Grizak's coming.
All right. Shimmering out of nowhere, flying around the top of this place, there's about a 30-foot dome in this room, are two horses, their manes and hooves ablaze, mouths snorting a great amount of smoke.
Appeared nightmarish in their visage.
They are pulling some sort of phantom-looking quasi their like stagecoach, and there is a man glowing blue and transparent with a massive whip that is also translucent and is kind of riding around on the stagecoach, whipping around at the roof of the place.
This is so awesome. It's also ridiculous, but it's awesome. This is the awesome kind of ridiculous. Oh my god.
Okay. So this round it appears and is just doing a big circle around, and it sees Grizak. It speaks in a weird dialect of Imperial Common. What's this?
Adam, watch out! It's huge.
It's out angling me.
Your coach has arrived! Let me take you to your resting place!
The stagecoach isn't quite fully manifested, but the ghost definitely is, and those horses do look corporeal. Radimer, what's Radimer doing to get out of his predicament? He is like, oh, I shouldn't have taken a breath in.
I shouldn't have always been exhaling while doing things.
Right. You exhale before teleport.
We're going to turn himself incorporeal using that power, and then just cruise out the side.
Okay. He is able to use his last breath to turn incorporeal. He sort of spills out of the side of the very thin stone box and is in the room. You cannot see Radimer because he's also invisible. Unless you have seen invisibility up, but I didn't hear a lot of prep beforehand.
No, we were like...
There is mage armor.
Giant Nibbles. Oh, Nibbles no like this place, he says in his own head. And he's going to stand from prone, and he's going to simply try to fucking heave through the...
Let's just see. Probably his first try will just be like by pushing. I just want to see if he has like any of the raging strength feats.
Yep.
Reckless rage, giant axe, Jotun grip, massive weapons, big game hunter. Oh, okay. So he's got a bunch of stuff that replaces the. Okay. All right. So is Nibbles got powerful build? No.
Yes, he does.
Cool. So that means he's treated as one size category larger for the strength check.
+2.
I think it's a +4 on strength checks. Here. I will roll it to +2 and then I will check. So 22 or 24, so it doesn't make it either way. But I'll check.
Okay, he wastes a couple of breath points. Hellish horses are flying around. They're basically going to sync up with the ghost this round. Callie, we're just gonna keep off the initiative because she's outside going, guys, hello.
Oh no.
And then she's gonna spend the round doing that, but she might attempt to use the makeshift key that you guys made and see how well she can do.
Low charisma elf with no use magic device.
She heard it will turn you to stone.
Yeah, she'll just let go.
She's also the stupidest of all possible elves.
Zita has no chance of moving the lid and is just waiting for her companions, keeping calm and waiting. Evander is not happy. His hair is pretty damn
his
strong.
hair have based off his int or whatever?
His hair uses a modifier in place of strength for combat maneuver checks. Yeah, so I would have let his hair aid him in trying to move this thing open. He's got a 20 strength, so with his hair, that's a plus and a 20 int. So his hair...
Cool. So 1d20 plus 5 for the hair to aid.
Yeah.
So the hair does not aid on the first round. And, oh my god! Oh, that's such annoying! Oh, why are you
all right, Grizak, you hear this lid also cracking as the seal, the lid has a lip, and it's kind of almost lifting out of the lip, and crashes back down. That's 2 strength. That's 2 breath points for Evander, who's trying to strongman his way out of his.
Okay, so I hear stuff here.
Grizak.
Here, did I hear this one at all?
Yes, yeah. Nibbles did attempt as well. So all 3 of these, there's cracking.
So the first one I go to. I move into. Can I glide into his arm?
What's your movement?
35. Movement's 30. Man, you put me on this side. Can I have a D4 to which side I glided out of?
No.
What if I was on this side? If I was on this side, it would have worked great. Okay.
So this is breaking open a door, right?
Yeah, it's
largest plus 4, hugest plus 8.
okay.
Grizak is gonna charge this lid and do try to aid.
Okay. Grizak charges through, kicks a bunch of bones, and goes through the other side, and hits his knee against one of the metal little faces of the Medusas on the inside, and you manage to get out there, and you're pushing against the lid. Give me your strength check as you're trying to aid.
Yeah. So as an elemental body, this guy is medium.
And you get a +2 for charging because you're kind of throwing your elemental weight against the lid.
So Earth is +4, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Strength is 5. Yeesh, not a lot.
It's had.
Rude sandstorm. 15, you aid. Great. The hellish horses and the creature with the ghost whip. They come riding down. Their movement rate is pretty good.
If Mark was here, it'd be rude for the horses.
Why are we talking about this?
They're doing a ride by attack on Grizak. And the angry aristocrat is going to whip you with his ghost whip.
I want out of this box because I have a ghost touch bow, which will let the angry aristocrat know that my arrows mean business.
Okay, this is a touch attack. Ride by whipping.
Ride a 1, roll a 1, roll a 1. Not a 20.
16 touch.
Oh,
Oh,
with
wait a minute.
with mage armor?
With mage armor and Grizak's friggin' 18 dex. Nope.
That's an 18 minimum.
Okay, the whip cracks against your mage armor. Oh, it felt like the whip itself made the air cold, kind of sucked the air out of it, and a few of your hairs on your hand where it struck the mage armor like fell off.
Oh, you douche face!
I'm a elemental.
Oh, right. Bleached part of your wrist. Renee.
Renee is going to. That was a good shove. I'm assuming does he realize that it's like the DC of this?
Yep.
Well, I think when in the sarcophagi, we start gnawing our way out. Basically, full round attack the sarcophagus.
Renee also knows that he could probably use like a tool or a lever or something to give him a bonus. It's a lid, and he's got knowledge, architecture, engineering, doesn't he?
He's also a rogue.
Yeah.
All right. I'll use my sword.
Okay. All right. We'll give you a +2 to your roll with a lever.
All right, we have a 1 in 10 chance. Let's do this. 13.
Yeah. Ding ding. You can hear the clang of metal inside of this box. Radimer.
Radimer will. Now, does he see this ghost in the ethereal plane? Or he sees this ghost, like he knows this ghost is here.
Yeah, he knows the ghost here.
Okay.
Yeah, it's riding around trying to whip at Grizak, like it's completely manifested.
I think he's actually going to go. Grizak looks okay.
Trails of hellfire coming behind the wagon and leaving little streaks in the air, like the invisible wheels were. Yeah.
So Radimer is going to walk through this one and go through that one.
Okay, so he sees Zita.
Right, and he sees that this one's empty. He's just taking. Oh, and Zita looks fine.
Oh, what are his sight? Does he have dark vision? He might have to put up some light to go do that.
Give me a second. Radimer has
Normal vision.
normal vision. I'm just checking to see if the. Because if not, then he has to turn back so that he can cast a spell to have light. Spirit Walk. It doesn't say anything about sight in this power.
Yep, and I think I prepared like 4 different light spells with his cleric spells, just so he could have lots.
Okay,
ready
so
at once.
he will turn back. So does this chamber have light, or is it just dark?
The chamber does have a little bit of light coming off of the Medusa head, and we'll say a little bit of ambient light. We'll say it's shadowy in the room.
Okay, we're gonna go behind the sarcophagus.
Okay.
And then turn not invisible.
Okay, he could crop a hide if he wanted, unless he's no, he's gonna turn back. That's a standard, and then he's
He has, next round he has to cast
okay.
light.
So he can hide.
Yeah, unless he's got a quickened light prepared, but I don't think he does.
No. Alternatively, he could have taken out his iron lantern. Yeah, he'll do that anyways. He'll cast the spell in the lantern. So he's got his iron lantern out as part of a move.
His hide is 19.
Okay. Not very good. Giant Nibbles.
Giant Nibbles is going to not be happy. And he will, like, rage and try to lift the lid.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so his rage is a +2 rage, or plus... 3 rage. I think he's +3 rage. He's got. This is not written down. Greater. Oh, he does. Okay, he's got +3 rage. Okay, cool. All right. So 1d20 plus 10 plus 4.
+2 from Grizak's aid.
Oh, 25.
All right.
Becomes 27.
Yep, he manages to slide the lid off. Nibbles, and the huge lid slides off to the side. And Nibbles, that was a standard action move. He's hopping out, I guess, and taking out his axe.
Yep.
Zita
Grizak tells him, "Move the other 2 over there." Like he points.
is just waiting patiently. Evander is not patient at this point. Running out of air.
Okay, 1d20 plus 5 for the hair.
Yep, the hair aids. It's getting into the cracks and pushing up.
9,
Nope.
Does 9 get it?
Nope. 24. Grizak.
You muted on it.
There we go. So did you hear me say Grizak telling Nibbles
Not to open those 2 over there.
Yep.
Did he? Okay, great, good. So Grizak sees those assholes that are flying over there, right?
Yep. Nibbles also has his axe. He's pulling his axe out and looking at the enemy in the room.
No, open those lids. I can't. I'll deal with these fuckers.
Yeah.
I
Not
think Nibbles,
as confidently as he.
Nibbles declares that guy to be his giant foe
Okay.
for reduced reach.
Nice.
Not that it does anything right now, but
Okay, Grizak spoke. That's free action. What else is he doing?
He's going to lightning bolt the. Can you get those?
Can you get all 3?
Yeah, I can get all 3, right?
Mm-hmm. Hey, you rip a lightning bolt underneath the ghost and hit the 2 horses in the back? Sure. Let me just check.
Immunities.
They don't have SR. That sucks.
I mean, they're flaming, so one would suspect.
Fire! I'm not going to use. 'Cause
Whoops.
They're already on fire.
24 and 18 are their saves for the horses.
Fail.
24 fails?
Yeah,
Grizak's lightning bolt.
Okay.
3rd level. DC is 18, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25.
That's close.
Okay, and the ghost failed as well.
Well, it's about to Hapacho Rukin, so.
Okay, so they all failed?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Papa gonna set you on fire, whoever, kinda.
Five.
An asshole.
5 damage.
No, I'm an asshole. 30 damage.
Okay, the horses take 30 damage.
I thought for a second there that you were trolling us and you were using some of those weenie powers.
And the angry spirit takes 15.
Yeah,
Fight as you may, you will ride with me.
Down right your face, piece of garbage.
And then he's going to glide into the ground.
All right.
Why you
Come get me.
And then he goes into the ground.
All right. He does some sort of amazing maneuver. A person of this level would have like ranks and ride. Like he stops on a dime and the horses rear up as the ghostly carriage goes sliding, leaving flaming trails in the air, and then comes directly down towards Nibbles. Welcome back, Mark.
Oh shit.
We got teleported into sarcophagi that had no air.
He does a ride-by attack
You're
on
also
Nibbles. It's too far away.
Find you the map.
We're south and to the
South.
east.
South of the big mansion thingies.
The two horses, as they're riding by, do they breathe fire or they breathe smoke? Yeah, they're gonna breathe 2 cones of smoke.
Who?
Nibbles is the only one out.
You're the strongest, Nibbles.
It's not my plan.
These are DC 25 strength check to open sarcophagus lids.
Okay.
So they're issues for the people who have like 18 strengths to make the DC 25 check.
Yes.
Okay, there's choking and blinding smoke, as if, you know, the moment of fresh air quickly is gone. You need to make 2 fort saves.
All right. Am I raging?
Yes.
Hey, everyone, you sent back. No.
And the second
20. What's the DC? Sorry.
the DC is 18.
Okay, I made that. Never
And,
mind.
and the second save, because there were 2 horses and there's 2 cones.
Yeah. Made it.
All right. The exhaled smoke from the fiery flying horses of hell stay, like they're persisting in that area. You can't see through more than 5 feet of it. However, no one can see what this is now coming from, but the area, like a whip of flame, is now like combusting, and it goes all the way through this this fire and tags Nibbles. This is very hot as hellfire bursts around you.
Whoever wrote this module also was playing Bloodborne.
The reflex save for half is DC 24. The flame seems to come up from the ground as if angry, and it's dripping from the ceiling.
That's a reflex?
Yep.
All right. That's not my best one. Not by a long shot. Oh.
Grizak didn't rest since yesterday.
7. Shit. Yeah, it's gonna be a bad day, guys.
Maybe we should have took a nap before shoving it in that hole.
Yeah. I'm gonna try this magic trigger.
Nope.
Okay, you take 55 part fire and part unholy damage from this horrible blaze. If you want an idea of how far the blaze stretched, it kind of went like this. Like,
What the fuck? Did he just like that's a fireball?
it's bigger than a fireball.
Wait.
And then he'll continue his ride by attack, and ends up high up off the ground in that direction.
Like a delayed blast fireball whip.
You're going to take a ride! Your last ride, it awaits. All aboard!
Renee?
Renee needs to get out of this stupid box. It's a nice box. Why don't we stay in the fucking box?
The lid of the box, you got your blade trying to get in, you're wiggling it in. You'll eventually get out. Radimer?
Radimer really doesn't want to be exploded unholy fireballed, and he also doesn't want to be whipped or flamed forced. And casting light is what he needs to see. So wait a sec. You could try to dominate the undead.
Blow yourself up.
Did he have hide from undead? Well, it's an intelligent undead.
Yeah, he just saw an insane fireball come out of this
Well,
thing.
you saw 14th caster. fireball ripoff. It's not a. It's not. It's either intensified or it's a delayed blast fireball. Is what it is. It's just that's the one that does that. The incorporeal shell. What does that do? That thing looks incorporeal. Let's just see what anti-incorporeal shell does.
Nothing to worry about.
The whip, the whip.
It's not his touch you want to worry about.
Oh, you want to worry about all of it. Just worry like a wart.
Well, the thing is, it's also like an incorporeal creature, so I don't know if he wants to just hide in the as an incorporeal. That might not help.
Yeah.
And a mobile hemispherical energy field that incorporeal creatures cannot enter. 10-foot radius. Not useful against this thing.
It might keep him from the whip touching him.
Yeah. He really needs to.
Resist fire.
That's actually probably the smartest I've heard. Does he have a resist energy on one of his casters? Not in that pool. Not in that pool. There it is. We're going to resist fire.
Okay.
Because...
Resist energy fire.
Yeah.
I'll get rid of the abundant ammunition. And he's 11th level, so that's like 30.
Don't think I don't see you there hiding, skulking. You will come aboard like all the others. Like all the others.
Does he want to pull out his Foster Wang and see if that controls the undead?
Nibbles, what you doing, man? You just got blasted. You managed to flip the lid of the sarcophagus that you were in. When you guys teleported and arrived, there was no air in your sarcophagus, so you almost.
Sweet.
Yep. There is a bunch of misty smoke that got blown all over you.
I can
Grizak,
see out here.
Grizak had, as soon as Grizak helped you pop this lid, he asked you to open the other two to your right.
Okay, so he'll here. Oh shit, yeah. That's 2 moves, so.
Okay, I think it would have been 1 move had you gone to here, and you could still open the
No,
lid.
he's got a 30-foot move.
40 with his boots.
I know he had boots. When did he get boots?
Check your character sheet, man. Come on, seriously.
Shut the fuck up. If he's got boots, yeah.
I noticed it
Right.
today. He had boots of striding and springing.
I don't remember getting.
Shadow
Probably
boots.
add in for that.
Oh, okay.
It's a Dynamo's gear.
How did
Dynamo's-
Nibbles? Yeah, how did Nibbles get them?
Is that not the right?
No.
No. If you
No,
have
it,
them
could,
on,
it couldn't have.
if it's
It couldn't have been
Dynamos,
Dynamos. Then whose was it?
It's
I think we went through a session where you bought a bunch of gear for people,
Yes.
and
Armin bought a
divvied a
whole
bunch of gear.
stuff.
I think I suggested those boots, and you bought a few pairs of them.
And now we know why.
Yeah.
How thick is the lid?
It is like 6 inches of stone.
It's a lot of inches.
You could probably break it in one go.
Yeah, he's gonna try and break it, and he may as well on his first one use his smasher ability where he ignores hardness once during a rage.
Okay, stone is how much?
It's 8 hardness and I believe 15 hit points per inch.
We'll say 4 inches. That's probably good enough.
Checking I'm confirming the.
Yeah, you could strength check it to break it, or you could just do damage to it to break it.
I think doing damage to break is my best bet.
Okay.
If it is, especially if it's 15.
15.
Oh shit! No, I'm not gonna. I might do it.
Which means it has 60 hit points.
With Vital Strike.
Yeah, I'm using Vital Strike for sure.
Vital Strike, power attack.
73. Kaboom.
Okay, there's a huge crack in the lid, and you hear like pressure change, like, and fucking Evander like coughing and choking as the pressure change did have a bunch of like bone dust and detritus from the dead bodies of those that were not strong enough to get out of this crap. Come out of there. But fucking time, where's Zita?
That's the conversation you're getting right now.
It's me. All right, so you've got this huge crack in this lid. Zita appeared in a place where there was no air, and she's just waiting for help. There are dead bodies in here. Nothing rose to attack you. You can hear.
Oh, she doesn't need to breathe, so that's not an issue.
Right.
It also was about a minute between us, her disappearing, and us disappearing.
Yeah.
You now hear commotion out there, like some thumping and a crash.
That was a fireball. Oh, that was Nibbles.
Yeah, you definitely heard like the stone lid being flipped off of one of the sarcophagi.
All right. Does she have gaseous form?
Yeah, there was a sucking sound of something sucking the air out of these things, so you go visit the pump. There's one old air elemental going.
Circular breathing.
Alright, she's going to basically she's going to try and dimension door 10 feet out.
Up? Over?
Yeah.
Okay.
Up, yeah.
Just roll a D. You don't know what direction.
D8, yeah.
So
a D8 spare, yeah. Like she's picking a wall and going, okay, 10 feet that way.
Yep.
8.
So you end up here.
Sure.
Bloop. Okay. The room has a very, very large vaulted chamber. There is a beautiful mosaic of a scary-looking Medusa head. Part of it does look like it's been cut. However, those are just details. There are a lot of sarcophagi. One has its lid flipped open. There's some fiery smoke, and you don't see Grizak. Nibbles is like bashing open one of these other sarcophagi. You can hear your brother's voice as he's calling out your name. There might be clinking in this sarcophagi. You see Radimer kind of fucking hiding behind one of the sarcophagus. He's got a lantern in his hands, and most concerning is the trail of fire and smoke coming from a quasi-translucent carriage, like a stagecoach. There's a mad ghost with a huge whip that is whipping things around, speaking in an ancient dialect of Imperial Common. And two rather strong-looking nightmare horses dragging this entire kit and caboodle. Awesome. Dimension Door ends your turn unless you have specific powers. Evander is crawling out of the crack. His hair is pushing the crack open, and he's crawling out this round. I breathe some of the dead people in. That's what Evander's doing as he like crawls out. Thanks, Grizak.
Grizak's going to do the same thing. He's gonna, like,
Hey, over here, shitballs.
and
So you pop out of the ground. That's 5 feet of movement.
yeah. So no, this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go.
Shit balls.
This one. This one was.
Grizak's very old.
Grizak's gonna go into this thing. Can I just fireball? do my lightning bolt over the lid? Like go
Yeah,
like
you could
over, like,
stand inside of the thing. There is a lot of mist and smoke, but you can see out of it, so you've got a bit of cover or concealment, and you're going to lightning bolt this guy in the ass again.
the horses.
Okay. The horses
You're using the sarcophagus as a backstop, right?
fail their saves. God damn it. And then the spirit
I want to be out of this box so bad.
also fails its save.
Nice.
No, push this. Take all this shit in the face. 30 again. Fuck. Goddamn average.
So 30 is like statistical average, but
I know.
it's got a lot of
No,
hit points.
35 is the average.
Yes. 3.3 per 3.5. So yeah, 35.
Those nightmares are very hurt. And you've bloodied them now. The spirit took another 15. He is far from being bloodied.
Just wait till Rennie shows up.
All right.
Great day.
The mist and smoke disappears. It only lasts for one round. Oops.
Ah, what happened to me?
Oh no, it's all not the same layer.
Yeah, I'm drawing on the player layer.
Players.
All right. The Hellish Horses and the Ghost Whip. They need to do something better than this. So I think they're going to land.
Charger Atimer.
Mark, I was also eating,
Trample and
but
shit.
the whole muting with the, I don't know. I might have also been doing that. Nom 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 nom. Nom 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 nom.
Oh no. Really going after.
Zita. So the horses are riding down, and they're going to kind of hoof you as they go by.
No, thank you. It's exactly what she says to him. No, thank you. Keep going.
We defeated your kind. Bow down to us.
AC 28 and AC 18 as the fiery hooves go thundering above you.
I have to check about the 18.
Why is our sorceress in the front? Everything's gone sideways.
That's a hit.
Okay. Well, the hooves only do D6 plus 3. Do you take fire damage?
Yes. Wait, let me check something. I actually think it's cold, but it might be cold and fire. She's
My demon blood here.
I'm assuming. Oh, we also said you had the bejeweled something or other phoenix face.
Oh, the mask.
Yeah.
Raptor.
The raptor mask.
Does that give? No, it's something else that gives her air, right?
Yeah, she has a power.
That's so cool.
Cold and fire resist 5.
Oh, okay. So I'll roll the fire separately. So you get hooved twice for 10 total.
All right.
18 hit. Ooh. Major armor up.
And 1 point of fire damage.
Okay.
That's not the bad thing.
No, I know.
No, the asshole.
I'm gonna whip you with the whip.
Renee, get Renee out of the fuck sarcophagus.
This is a touch AC. Plus 1 from above.
Well, it just happens to be the regular AC for us.
AC 34 touch. Let me check his feats.
Yes, it hits.
It's a critical hit.
Oh, that's
Critical threat?
awesome.
Yeah, threat.